CyberLink's here, and I'm here to tell you another story about HEADPHONE. A friend actually was supposed to come by, and we were supposed to play like a trivia game or maybe even the Whisper Challenge, but things fell through. So I decided to tell you another story that is from Ice Blast. But before I get into the story, I remember that little note that says something's coming in the mail from St. Nick? I actually got it a couple days ago. Maybe it was longer than a couple days ago, but I finally got it. And here it is. Level E, if you can't read that. It's an anime series with a favorite English voice actor of mine, and I saw it at a convention. I think it was GeekCon, and I saw it, and I always wanted to see more of it because we only watched 5 minutes of it and left because there was I think there was a supernatural panel going on. Anyways, so yeah, and this is the first little paragraph. Do you love a good prank? Does your sense of humor borderline sadistic? Then you'll love Level E, a hilarious twist new series from the creators of Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter that's unlikely anything you've ever seen. I'm not quite sure. But I do know it's weird from the 5 minutes that I actually saw at GeekCon. Anyways, random moment done. So, Ice Blast. If you weren't here the last video, it's a retreat that my church does every year at the end of January. But also what happens, in my life at least, what also happens at the last weekend of January is trivia, which is a trivia game, obviously, that Lawrence University puts out, and it's a non-stop trivia game that starts on Friday at 10 o'clock and it runs all the way to Monday at 2 a.m. It'll be important, don't worry, but I forgot to wear my glasses in this video, as you can tell, but I do have lovely examples here. Anyways, so this is a story about the first time that I ever broken a pair of my glasses. So before I actually got these pair, and if you don't remember what these are the glasses that I found on my first video. Before I got these pairs of glasses, I had one that were really similar to these, and we were, two friends of mine and I were playing, or more likely goofing around than actually playing. But we were on the broomball court. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like hockey, except you play with this miniature soccer ball about yay big, and instead of using a stick that looks like an L, you use a stick that is shaped like a broom, but it's not a broom that you'll be sweeping with. It just looks like a broom, but it's plastic. Anyway, so we were on this court, and we were messing around, just lollygagging, I guess, when all of a sudden my friend slips and falls, and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna try to be a good friend and actually go up and hug her. It didn't happen where I would just slide over and hug her, which is the plan. It was my plan. What actually happened is I slid over, kind of lost my sense of speed, or I don't know. I was going too fast than what I wanted to, and I actually collided with her. She miraculously stayed up, like with the ninja skills, like, oh, I'm up, I'm safe, and I just kind of do this Charlie Brown fall, where it's just like straight up legs and boom. I remember hitting my head. I had a helmet on, don't worry. I didn't get a concussion. But I hit my head, and all of a sudden I just feel something on, like right here on my nose type thing. But I wasn't too worried about it because I was actually checking to see if I was okay, and once I was okay, I started busting out laughing because only me would slip and do a Charlie Brown fall, and finally I just go like this on my face and grab it and then looked at it, and it was half of my glasses. It split in half like this. I don't know how it happened. My glasses were in perfect condition, but it split in half at the nose part. I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't remember if I was actually freaking out. It's like, oh my gosh, what is my parents going to do? But I do know that I wanted to tell my parents. This was like the Saturday night thing. I think it happened Saturday or whatever, and we were going back on Sunday. So I definitely knew that I wanted to tell my parents before Sunday when they picked me up that I broke my glasses and this is how it happened, instead of waiting for Sunday. Sent a text to my mom saying, I have something to tell you, but I can't tell you right now because I'm not supposed to be on my phone or whatever. I think that's what I texted. And then I actually waited until I got permission from my leaders. I waited until then to call them, and there was about 8 girls in one little part of a room that we were in, and I was trying to call my mom, or call my parents, actually, to say, hey, I broke my glasses, and this is what happened. Well, when I started calling, and I go, hey, Ma, and my mom automatically goes, she said, hey, hold on a sec, and then she gives me a question. Now, I don't remember what the question was, and they were at trivia. They were playing the trivia game as I was at Ice Blast, and I don't remember what exactly the question was, but I do know it had to do something with The Legend of Zelda and stuff. It was about a song that was featured in a 2006 Legend of Zelda game that actually came out in, let me see, 2000. They needed the song and they needed the 2 games that it was played in. So my mom asks me this on the phone, and I'm just like, okay, that's Majora's Mask, Song of Healing, and Twilight Princess. I hear my mom repeat it to somebody, and then I hear that person repeat it to the phone answerers, and they got it right, and they said, Trivia Pirates, our team is Trivia Pirates ARG. Here I am, just randomly talking about Legend of Zelda, and everybody's just looking at me because I told them that I was calling because I wanted to tell my parents that I broke my glasses. And all of a sudden I'm talking about a random video game. So I kind of just said, hold on, I'll explain, like kind of just put one finger up saying 1 minute, I'll explain everything after I'm done talking on the phone. So then my mom comes back and says, alright, go ahead and tell me. So I told her how I broke my glasses, hung up. The same two friends that I was on the broomball court with when I broke my glasses go look at me and said, "Why were you talking about Legend of Zelda?" And I said, as I called, there was a question about Legend of Zelda and the Song of Healing, and I happened to call on that question and had my team get it correctly. So yeah, I was actually pretty proud about that. That was my story. Basically what happened afterward is I think we got dinner and then played around in the cabin and then went to bed. If you like that video, click the like button and click subscribe, which is up here. Next episode, I will hopefully get some friends, and depending on how many friends I get, we'll either play a Christmas trivia game or the Christmas-themed whisper challenge created by Joe Suggs. I don't want to get copyrighted, sorry. So, yeah, hopefully that works out, and if it doesn't, I'll think of something else to do. Anyways, if you want to see my last video, click this link, and I'll see you next time. Merry Christmas, and peace out.